You ever wonder why some places feel like they're holding their breath, hiding stories that don't fit the fairy tale? Bhutan, yeah, that postcard paradise in the Himalayas with its happiness index and monasteries clinging to cliffs. It's got cracks in the official story that run deep, way before any monks showed up chanting. I mean, look, we're talking stone adzes from 2000 BC turning up in farmhouses like forgotten souvenirs, megaliths squatting in valleys that nobody wants to date properly. It's not just old rocks, it's proof folks were scratching out a life here when Tibet was still a frozen playground. Hang on, though. This isn't some pristine Buddhist bubble. Dig a little and you hit Batpalathang in Blumtang, a 5-meter stone dome from 665 to 980 AD, walls 26 meters thick, ritual platforms loaded with ancient potsherds. Then Drapham Dzong, that massive pre-17th century fortress, excavated with Swiss help, spitting out iron arrowheads, animal skulls, ceramics that scream, "We had skills you wouldn't expect from goat herders." And Tadzong, say, is this weird multi-level outlier in the East, mixing admin and worship, probably thrown up in the 1600s under some local warlord. Kinda makes you think, what if these weren't built from scratch, but patched over older stuff? I call bullshit on the idea that Buddhism just steamrolled everything clean. Nah, it layered on top, like graffiti over cave art. You know what gets me? Those megaliths. Du Nam Kai Khao in Dagana, this 20-meter slab, flat as a table, with stones around it bowed like they're jenny selecting. Myths say they walked from India, brothers hauling ass over mountains. Bull! Shaithangla's got boundary stones between villages. Kanchugsum has pillars for rituals that feel pagan as hell. Rock art in Thimphu? Horses, horned beasts, and red ochre, and Buddhist mantras slapped over them later. Why? To make it holy, sure, but also to bury the questions. Adzes worshipped as sky iron from God Wars? Come on, that's code for we don't want to admit this predates our timeline. Deeper in, you've got legends begging for a shovel.
Chakar Gomed, Iron Castle without doors, 9 stories, tunnels, Sindhu Raja's hideout from the 8th century, stuffed with treasure and demon flags? Sounds like Bhutan's version of Troy. Bangsho in the east, underground fortress, first level dug in the 90s, clay pots and metal bits, but they stopped 'cause snake spirits or whatever. Lhotse Tsangma ruins, carbon dated 1305 to 1460, flipping Tibetan origin tales on their head. Masang Daza tombs with 20 stone setups near old castles, funerary rites we don't see anymore. Liagawan's 108 perforated stones for ritual rice grinding, peripheral holdouts from pre-Bond days. Even Shah Raza Wag Chorten had relics from Buddha Kashapa and some 1st century scroll. Teases you with maybe ancient history bleeding into myth, right? But no real digs. Governance too busy with happiness metrics to fund them. And those caves? Takshang? Tiger's Nest? Guru Rinpoche's 8th century pad? But paintings and builds underneath scream older. Gumpu Kora's archery scars on rocks turned sacred. Villages like Merak, Saktang still vibe with it, but conservation might paper over Monpa Indian links. Hell, even houses. Yichim stone bases tapering like megaliths, no nails, wood joints holding seismic shakes, cattle downstairs, altars up top. Everyday architecture hiding prehistory. Zungs like Punaka, Jobdrung's 1637 masterpiece, courts, Utse towers, batter walls against Tibetans and Mongols, but foundations whisper recycled site. No blueprints, prophesied spots, controlling trade routes, Chortens on passes, neutralizing bad vibes over megalith tombs. Palaces like Wangdwecherling mirroring them, Wanchuk kings coding laws, ditching slavery, but Monpa roots underneath.
Feels like Bhutan's pulling a Göbekli Tepe here, you know? Hunters or early farmers heaving those megaliths up without wheels or writing, forcing complexity out of spiritual hunger, not the other way round. Except no Klaus Schmidt storming in with digs. It's all sacred site, don't touch.
Why the blackout? Tourism dollars from misty monasteries beat awkward facts about local warlords or pre-Tibetan shamans running the show. I mean, if you peel back the Bond Buddhist paint, what tech or smarts got those adzes polished, those domes curved just so? Makes Egypt's Sphinx erosion look like a warm-up. Politics reeks too. Eastern frontiers like Lunsa, with Bangsho half-buried, scream lost power network. Penlops squabbling pre-unification. Maybe Monpa migrants from Assam hauling Indian echoes north. No policy pushes archaeology because it risks the myth. Isolated bliss, not a crossroads of forgotten migrations. Ever think happiness index hides fear? Dig too deep and you're questioning if gross national happiness is just gloss on a messier past, where folks built without kings or karma cops. Pokes at bigger crap, right? Like Egypt's timeline wobbles or Göbekli Tepe flipping civ origins. Bhutan's whispering humans bootstrapped smarts in tough spots, rituals gluing them before farms or forts. But suppress it, and poof, neat linear history. We're the primitives now, slapping sacred labels to dodge the work. Your modern temples, stock apps, wellness retreats hold up under that lens? Brutal. Bhutan says, nah, we're echoes of something wilder. Fight me if you think it's coincidence. Zoom out. What's with the watermarks? Those adzes in every hut aren't random. They're heirlooms from valley folk thriving while glaciers choked the Tibetan plateau. Fertile spots drew 'em first, yeah? But no wheel marks, no smelted iron till late. How'd they drag 20-ton slabs without snapping spines? Serapeum vibes, sorta. Precision that'd make modern engineers sweat. Passed off as divine gift. Laughable. I bet proto-Monpa crews had levers, ramps we can't replicate easy. Lost when Tibetans rolled in rewriting the script. Eastern edges nag at me hardest. Ta Zong's funky design. No gun slits, stacked levels like a ziggurat knockoff.
Chogyal Mingyur Tempa in the 1600s, or older, repurposed from Bond strongholds. Ties to Karahan Tepe networks? Nah, too fringe. But radar ground penetrating could map it if they let it. Instead, politics stalls, Turkey-style handoff drama, but Bhutan's got China breathing down its neck. Excavate wrong and borders get fuzzy. Convenient silence, you feel? Climate twist, too. Post-Ice Age melt opens valleys around 10K BC. Maybe comet scars like Göbekli's nanodiamonds echo here. Wild? Sure, but those younger Dryas shifts flooded lowlands, pushing survivors uphill. Megaliths as memorials? Vultures absent, but serpents guarding Bangsho. Skyfall myths recast as Naga protectors. Nano evidence in sediments? Nobody checks 'cause too sensational. Right, like Sphinx rain didn't freak out experts. Academic gatekeeping's the real killer. Bhutanese scholars whisper about it. Dorji Penjor's blogs nudge dig the past. But no funding, no teams. Careers built on Tibetan import model. Upend it and textbooks crumble. Echoes Egyptologists dodging geology, or Göbekli holdouts clinging to farmers first. Rigged? Kinda. Who's buried what to keep the grant money flowing? Why care? 'Cause Bhutan's glitch proves sophistication sans state. Egalitarian bands raising domes. Dzong sans blueprints. Thriving seismic without rebar. No taxes, no theros, just communal grind. Scares the hell out of linear progress fans. Makes our advanced mess, debt pyramids, surveillance zongs, look optional. We're not evolved, we're amnesiacs. Bhutan pokes. Remember or repeat? Your call. Does it glitch your worldview? Drop thoughts below. More glitches coming.
One last gut punch, those perforated stones at Lewagang, 108 of them, pounding ritual rice like a pre-Buddhist assembly line. Echoes Göbekli feasts, wild aurochs parties fueling megabuilds. No domestication yet, but surplus from wild grains. Spirituality demanding the grind, birthing sedentarism. Bhutanese elders still grind there, thread the rice, pray and repeat, living fossils. Makes you wonder, our rat race rituals, commutes, feeds, what if they're pale shadows of that raw drive? Bhutan ain't happy by accident. It's haunted by what worked before the monks arrived. Chew on that.